Hi, I'm DJ the Money Coach. Don't touch that dial. You want to become financially independent? You want to have consumer debt freedom? You want to have passive income, learn how to build a business, acquire real estate, and achieve the lifestyle you deserve in 2021? Well, hit that link below right now. We've worked with over 20,000 people in the past 2 decades, helping them become consumer debt free, increase their credit scores by 30 to 60 points in 30 days or less, and help them acquire businesses through real estate, taxes, and a network of experts just like me. So you'll get a complete 3-hour, 18-module course called Family Finance 101 that'll teach you A to Z how to become consumer debt free, credit worthy, and put you in position to become a certified entrepreneur. We'll also give you a complimentary consultation with me that's a $500 value. Why would you want to do that? Because I have already achieved that, and I can help you achieve your American dream in 2021. Hit the link below, get the free webinar and the complimentary consultation, and I'll see you soon and wish you a pom-pom lifestyle that's plenty of money and peace of mind. Come join us.
Toledo Organic Tequila is so crisp, so incredibly smooth, it's simply in a category by itself. This is luxury. Life tastes better naturally, so should your tequila. This is Toledo. Enjoy responsibly. Visit ToledoTequila.com to get your bottle of Toledo Organic Tequila. Get a 10% discount on DJ the Money Coach by entering promo code MONEY at checkout. Again, that's ToledoTequila.com, promo code MONEY to get 10% off your Toledo purchase. Now, let's start the show.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to Bet on Black, the women, the family, the legacy. I have my favorite girlfriends here tonight, and I'm missing a couple. I'm worried about them. So we can't wait to get all back together. But one might join us mid show tonight, and the other one because we're gonna reach out to her tonight and find out how she's doing. But tonight's show is we make the wrong things sexy and important. So tonight joining me is Stacia and Tonia. And so, ladies, let's jump right in. So the reason this topic came up is that I, of course, I'm a math teacher. And so one year I told my students that this worksheet that I was about to give them was a sexy sheet of paper. And they gasped and eyes got big and oh my gosh. And I said, what is the problem? I said, the knowledge that this document imparts is going to be very sexy. And who you are mentally is going to be then also very sexy. I said, because you guys have the word sexy very wrong. You think it's about how much skin you can show and how much body language you can give off and all that. I said, but that's really not the definition of that word. And so we got into a discussion, which of course took us away from that math, but they did have homework that night. Of course, as you know, they had homework. So I contend that we make the wrong things. We put emphasis on the wrong things. And we've groomed our kids, our young people to think that, the only thing that's sexy in this world are things that are, showing a bunch of skin and just the wrong things are important to them. So, ladies.
Wow. Well, who does that? I mean, it's just not us. I mean, it's just society. Look at what we're seeing on TV. Look at what people are seeing as their I shouldn't say their idols, but they're who they look up to. And unfortunately, a lot of our entertainers and a lot of our people, they don't feel that they are being looked up to, but they are. And so who's making it sexy? It's society making it sexy, So I'll stop right there and then I'll continue on and just see what Stacia and whoever else has anything to say. But
well, I will say right there before Stacia get started, you were right, idols. You were right. Idols is the word. And I'll delve into that in a minute, but idol is the right word. Stacia?
Well, it's kind of a broad topic for sure. And I was thinking when you brought it up as the wrong things, it's something that I said in an earlier viewing that we're really talking about how people respond to their environment in general. and how poorly we communicate.
Mhm.
And so if we're using just visual images to communicate and not knowing how to really connect with somebody in any relationship, then you say the wrong thing sexy, that's what is the outcome. And so we've got to be more fundamental. You teach math, you're around the kids as they're younger, but it sounds like you got to have these same conversations at a much earlier age than you used to have it.
Yeah.
But clarifying proper respect, which was one of the topics before for other people, what it looks like. And one of the things I know we don't do as a society is role play. You got to role play actual scenarios and situations and how people will respond maybe to an inappropriate visual intended to be sexy way to dress or lyrics to a song, or there's all kinds of ways that the wrong thing sexy could look like.
Stacia, we need you to give us some more into that. You need to give that right there. That needs some more meat. You got to give us some more information. We just can't skip over that. You got to go back and give us some more depth to that. We know, but you need to share it with our listeners because
Yes.
Tonia, you know why I said that. Come on now,
Yes,
Stacia.
yes. Well, I mean, when we're talking about this bet on black, us as women and being objectified, and what I think what you mean by the meat is to really role play what happens when girls, we're talking about girls. Girls are left by themselves with people who should not maybe be around them. Because we already know there's a funny kind of a joke. It is funny, not funny. Chris Rock said it. Pedophiles and all that out there, and everybody knows who they are in their family. And he said, "Where the kids? They were Uncle Charlie. Get them kids out of there." But see, we know that, and that's funny, but not funny when you're talking about what to do when something inappropriate happens, like in the movie Precious, when the mother was okay with the boyfriend messing with the kids, And so kids don't know what that is, and then till it happens, and then it shows up in all kinds of different ways when we don't start to, again, talk about how to be with people in an appropriate way. I think that's what you're looking for. We've got to come up with language that people understand and get age appropriate. Now, the sooner these kids, they see all kind of stuff at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
they on TikTok
can't wait.
The videos.
Exactly. You can't sugarcoat it. But what I would say is it would be better received, and I think you have a lot to say about that, Onedia, when you actually give examples of how you role play and give examples to make a point. And
well, it requires parenting. I mean that.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Not be by yourself. Leave these kids by themselves so much is ridiculous.
Yeah. We're letting the internet raise some of our children.
Yes.
The internet, TikTok, all the videos, and to them, that's important to them. To them, what I'm seeing, and it's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying we have to be parents to control that, to control what our kids see and what they think is important. To them, important is being sexy, doing a sexy dance. That's sexy to them. Whereas what is sexy? Intelligence, information, things that's going to take them. I'm going to read you, sexy in our minds, you're thinking it's seduction, being, seductive and all of that. But another definition for sexy is, exciting, appealing. And you can be that by having some intellect, and it's not about clothes and how you're dressing and how you're moving and all of that. Your mind can be very sexy, so we got to broaden what sexiness is. And you know, I always say these looks and your body and all that, that's gonna change. You know, and a lot of times it changes in a, I try to stay in shape, but as we get older, it's harder for us to keep, what our 20-year-old body looks like. That's gonna go. I mean, I'm trying to keep it together, but reality is reality. But that's going to change. That physical appearance is going to change. I'm talking about for a young lady or a lady to that man. But this intellect, that's going to always keep that connection. That's going to always be there. That's what's intriguing. They may not say it. But that's very sexy. Your intelligence, your maturity, your mental stimulation. How do you stimulate them mentally for a mature person? So that's what we need to teach our young ladies. Hi, Astoria. So
I told you she would be here. See?
Yeah. So let's broaden what sexiness means, because I'm sexy, but
Absolutely.
I'm sexy up here.
You could define that. And while you were saying that, it made me think of other aspects of it when you're talking about the mental and the emotional part of it, because it also boils down to your mental and emotional health and perspective, or your own view of yourself. And so
Exactly.
when you're looking at somebody who has a stunted short sight of themselves, the more, and this is very judgmental how I'm going to say it, but you'll know what I mean. If you're looking very trashy sexy, you're really many times responding to you thinking that looking like that will get you the attention you crave. So if you're not getting attention or acknowledgement from anybody, you go do it the wrong way, whatever that looks like. That's what I mean by that. So you're talking about a lot of layers of complicated layers of somebody's view of themselves, their self-esteem or lack of it, if they're being molested, abused, if they're actually being shown some good examples like we talked about in some previous shows. And I see Boss Chick over there. She has much to say about that. Go ahead and jump in, because she always looks sexy Astoria. But it's confidence. But to her point, I don't mean that. I'm not even making fun.
No.
That confidence is what comes across, and she knows, but you also know not to mess with her. That's what I would say.
Exactly. There you go. Right there.
So
our topic is we have defined the wrong things as sexy and important. Go ahead. Well, you saw it in the chat. Go ahead.
So first I'm gonna say to Stacia's point, I am a presence, not just present. So put that on the shirt.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Every time you come on, we got a new shirt to add.
A new shirt every time. Every time we don't miss.
I miss. What I'm working on though, for real, like on the side, is I call it the yoga Bible. So these are just all my sayings or things from people that I know that say things that are just random that could go on shirts. But anyways, so okay, I'm just jumping into the conversation. So I'm just gonna be like, I think that most of it has to do with how you feel about yourself. And if you experienced someone telling you that you were beautiful or sexy from a child on up, because that is going to determine, sorry, I'm getting all the text messages, I'm in my car. That's going to determine where your self-confidence starts from. So I don't think that, we just all of a sudden started deeming things a different type of sexy. It was one, the TV, whatever you want to call it, social media, all that, whatever, society dictates what is sexy and what's not sexy. And over time, it has changed dramatically. I can tell from when I was a kid and we used to watch, I'm going to age myself on this one. We used to watch Sneak and watch Uncut on BET with Tip Drill and all that was coming on, but we had to sneak and watch it. Whereas now, the videos that I like Tip Drill or just on TV, or you find on the internet,
Yeah.
or wherever. So the media pushes those things as to be sexy, and that's what's most important, your woman's body, the way a woman looks or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if we were teaching them from a young age that they're beautiful, like I was told I was beautiful every day. My mom and dad always gave me affirmations. Like, I didn't know that's what it was called when I was a kid, but
that's what it was. Mm-hmm.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I never was told anything bad, and I never saw anything outside of that narrative until, you old enough to understand it. So my only issues I'm gonna say I deal with, and this is just full transparency, most people think that I look great body type wise. To me, I feel fat. Most people like, girl, you ain't got no fat on your body. I'm like, okay, that's what you see. But it's because it's the one negative thing I got in my life, not from my parents, but from people, from my family. When I gained weight in college, I've always been very slender. I was like 110, 115. But when your girl hit that good 140 something, 150, my people started calling me big girl. But it was, in their defense, it was for them to be like, ma'am, we have big people in our family. You need to watch your health, watch what you do. You're short, you can't be big. But I didn't learn that later on, that's what they were saying. So,
and
all of that.
I get that, Astoria, and I feel you on that. I really do. My mom used to always, because I used to eat and do whatever I want, and when she said, when you hit this age, baby, that metabolism, and I said, oh, whatever. So I went past that age, and I actually went 5 years later. Then it's like, oops, I see what mama meant. However, I just had to tell one of my friends the other day, because again, I was very, slender, very, and I've, put on some pounds. And so I'm getting ready for my vow renewal. And one of my friends was like, and she was just critique, and I love her, and she just knows that I want to be my best at my vow renewal, to get into this dress. And we've been working out. We've been doing the right things together. We've been on, she's been helping me. She's been my coach, basically. And she was, really, I was like, do you know those people on there that they're airbrushing them? They don't look like what you see. I had to really tell her that, because she really worked my nerve that day. I was just like, that ain't how they look. They airbrushing all that. That ain't that perfect body. I'm not going to have the perfect body. You're not going to have the perfect body. So, and I'm 50 years old, and I still have to go through, I told her she was body shaming me. That's what I told her. And what is she doing it off of? The social media, the magazines, and me, that's what she's doing. And we know better. And she said, oh yeah, you're right. Yes. So we're not going to get that. We're not, and I told her, hey, I said the way I'm sexy, the way I am. So, but that comes from me knowing me. That comes from me being mature. What if I wasn't? What if someone did tell me that as a younger, and then you go into a shell, and then you feel so bad about yourself, and then you try to be promiscuous dressing to get that attention, to show that, so I'm 50 years old and still getting the peer pressure. So imagine a child and a young adult that's doing, that gets it. So great point, Astoria. You kind of hit it on the head there.
We'll be right back with Bet on Black, the women, the family, the legacy, after this message. Stay tuned.
Hi, so this is a testimonial for DJ the Money Coach. First of all, I got one of the best packages that you had, so that was A1. I love the team. They have really come through. You were amazing as a coach. Every week you showed up on time. Every single week, and trust me, I've been in a lot of courses, a lot of classes, spent a lot of money, and unfortunately some people don't do what they say that they're going to do as a coach.
Hello everybody, my name is Terry. I recently just linked up with DJ the Money Coach, and he's been very helpful, gave me a lot of information told me how I could turn my personal credit into business credit, also showed me how I could pay for a personal vehicle through my business and corporation setup, and also set me up with Melvin to help me actually put together a will, a power of attorney, a Roth IRA.
I definitely would highly recommend DJ, the money coach. He's very personable. He's actually real. He actually does meet with his clients. You know, I'm happy for that. And he actually has a team that he works with that, you know, that are actually real. They do call people, so they will call you. So that's kind of why I want to rock with DJ the money.
I'm just interject and say this. I know two 24-year-olds, like 24, 25-year-olds, that literally just in the last 6 months got their full body redone. I'm like, baby, you ain't even had a kid yet. Why do you need extra booty? Why are you trying to thin this out? I mean, like, I do understand, like, if you don't have boobs or whatever and you feel like you want to enhance that. Like, I mean, I know some models that do that. It's cool, whatever, right? You don't want to be flat chested and you 25, 26 years old. I understand. But get your whole body done, and now you barely can stand up. You can barely hold up what you gotta hold up now. Like, I'm just so confused. Like, totally. I'm like, at least a mommy makeover, I can understand. A mommy makeover, I can understand. Like, not necessarily like rearranging your body, but
Yeah, but
you know, I do have friends that have
kids. Getting help.
Oh, sorry.
Getting help to get it back to where it was at. Yeah.
Right. But we talking about people that could just go to the gym and do some squats to get their tummy tucked, or get whatever, right? Booty lift. I don't know, whatever that stuff is. And I mean, spending thousands of dollars. And then I'm over here like, when I was 25, did I have 10 to 12 grand to do that? And was I really going to do that? Couldn't I spend it on something else? Okay, sorry. That's me going down the rabbit hole.
It's a huge business. It's a huge business. And yeah, it's a huge business. I have friends and family that, and I actually have family that's an entrepreneur with that and helping the lady. Now her ministry is a little different because she's helping the people that go and get this done. She's doing the aftercare because it is a lot of care after that, a lot of care. If I show you some of the pictures she showed me, it's care. So her ministry is helping people get their bodies back and soothe and get them, help them as they're recuperating from their surgeries. So it's a big business, a lot of money. So
and then the risk, they got a whole show that might tie into this conversation. Is called Botched. Those people got botched surgeries, and you're thinking, you're trying to save money for what? You're trying to be sexy for the wrong reason. The heart of it is not for your health. It's for you to appear a certain way to other people. And I actually kind of liken it to a car. If you're trying to get attention by buying a certain car or wear certain clothes, and I always like to remind my daughter, I said, people spend 5 minutes talking about you. You're worrying about the wrong thing. Because even after they finish talking about you, they're going to go talk about somebody else. They don't spend that much time talking about you, don't And so when you're looking for attention for something external, that's the first issue to address. So we can kind of, again, get back to what Onedia said earlier. You're being quiet, so you got to jump in here, Onedia, to the parenting piece of what is or isn't happening about this topic. And you're on mute, by the way, you were talking.
Well, let's talk about, thank you, Stacia, because that's very important. The piece that you're talking about, Stacia, is that they're after likes. The teenage group, that young adult group is after likes. How many people like my posts? How many people are watching my story? How many people are looking at what I'm doing? And how many followers do I have? And so when you're looking at being like their idol, they're being like, the people that they like and admire in social media. So, if it's the Kardashians, or if it's the Cardi B, or if it's who is it that they're like, who is it that they're trying to follow? That's when they have those aspirations and they want to be that person, and that's when they feel like that's when I'm going to be important, is if I have these types of likes and these types of activities. So the parenting piece comes in when you say, let me see your phone. Who are your friends? Who's following you? Who's liking you? Let me see your social media. Let me see what this is about. Let me see what you're posting. Where's your Twitter? Where's your, how many Twitter pages? I had to learn this myself. How many Twitter pages do you have? Let me see all your Twitter IDs, because I need to see what you're saying and what is it private? Who can see it? Because it's for me, I'm grooming athletes. I don't need you to get yourself worked out of a scholarship because you said something on your social media. I'm a grooming athletes. So I didn't have the same issues. I'm not worried about if she's gonna have on the wrong size shorts, or are you gonna show too much skin? I didn't have those issues. I have to make sure that, what are you saying? What is your language? What are you doing? So I watch that kind of thing from my daughter, but for my students at school, we're watching to make sure that, are you raising your hand for attention? Do we need to come rescue you? What is your situation? Where do you, when they break up with boyfriends, or they're cyberbullying, we watch all of that type of thing from a teacher perspective, and from a counseling perspective, we do all of that. So the piece that I had to share with young ladies is that whether I have a few extra pounds or not, as Tonia said, my intelligence is sexy. I can have on a sweatsuit. I can be covered from my wrist to my ankle. And you can't see any skin in between. And I'm still all of that. So if you are trying to talk to me, then you got to figure that at some point you got to decide in your situation, hey, look, is this really what I want to be able to do? Because for me, it's a situation where I am trying to get the attention of, if you're trying to get my attention, you got to come with way more than, how they address people, a little shorty and blowing the horn and, hey, yo, and it, you can't do any of that to get my attention. That's not what you can do. You got to do a whole lot more. And of course, we have hard conversations in if you sit around in a circle with me and I'm talking to my teenagers, we have a hard conversations. I mean, I've had conversations with grown women who said, well, how can you just walk away? And I'm like, what? Well, I mean, I said, ma'am, I just listened to your story and I'm trying to figure out how can you stay? What about him is so spectacular that you let him run over your life like that? Your self-worth has been diminished to a negative, and you mean you have a question about how to leave? Would you like some assistance with packing? Or would you like some assistance with moving? What would you like our assistance with? Because clearly, again, we're worried about the wrong thing. He's not the only man that's going to find you attractive. I mean, we do that in movies. Tyler Perry did in Why Did I Get Married? They dealt with that. They dealt with that in that movie. I mean, we've dealt with it in other places, but what does it take for you to trust and believe in yourself to define your own sexy to the level where you can say, I am enough. I am enough for everything or anything that I have to deal with, tackle, and I am attractive enough for the right man to come my way, and we can commune and get along and be one with one another. I am enough. So what does that take? Because again, the influencers, we're beyond this group on this phone. We're beyond that, but we're dealing with our influence needs to be, how do we influence others to feel the way we do and figure it out the way we have? How do we fix that? That's my question.
I think a lot of it got to do with some healing work, to be honest. People got to look themselves in the mirror and realize that that they feel that way. But it's okay for you to feel that way about yourself. Now let's change it. And most people don't want to do the hard work to change stuff, because consciously you can tell yourself a whole lot of stuff, right? And you think you really doing something because you consciously telling yourself, but your subconscious brain And I think I said this, your subconscious mind dictates the stuff that you do. You in the situation that you in right now because subconsciously you told yourself you wasn't worth it, you wasn't about that, whatever, for how long. And a lot of that has to do with not just childhood, but teenage trauma, all kind of stuff that you just have not sat down and dealt with. And until you sit down and deal with it, which you probably should have did during damn COVID when they set your ass down for 2 months anyway. But
longer than that. You had a long time.
But for me, I had 2 free months of nothing. Like, and then after that, it was like, okay, slowly but surely, let's kind of like move around a little bit, right? But 2 full months, I know for sure, where everybody was shut down. Now things started opening, you know, gradually, whatever. But 2 full months for sure, you was shut down. You couldn't do nothing but be at your house and go get you some groceries. So if you ain't start dealing with it then, you're probably never going to deal with it, but you probably should deal with those things, talking to yourself. And if anybody that's watching need help getting started, the counselor over here, she over here on my side, Onedia, she got you. Or if you want to do, if you want me to be raw and real with you, but also have a little care, that's because that's what I do. You guys can reach out. I'm just saying, it's a team of people here to help, right? That can help you in any type of thing that you have going on. But I know that specifically I deal with traumas, and that's what people go through, and healing and learning from those things. So yeah. Sorry, Tonia, I mean to cut you off.
No, you kind of said exactly, but in a different way, but exactly what I was and thinking in terms of hurt people, but not on purpose. So hurt people. So a lot of the self-love, again, I'm going, Anita, you asked, how can we fix it? I think the root of it, a lot of it comes from the self-love from family, affirmations, all of that. Now, I'm not saying that you can't still, as you're going into those other years, and still not get the, you know, the bullying and the, you know, the people making you feel a certain way. But if you had that foundation, it'll make it a little easier it'll make it harder for them to get through that self-love that you have. I'm not saying that they can't penetrate through it, but you have at least an armor around it if you were nurtured with that with that nurturing and those affirmations at home. Now, sometimes all the affirmations in the world is not going to get from the world getting to you, but that does help. So I think it needs to, you know, start from home. But again, guess what? From home, though, your parents had history and your parents' parents had history. So a lot of that goes all the way back. And so we, as a community, it goes back, and I think we said on another show, we have to deal with what's happened and heal from that, and embrace being healed and embrace getting help.
We'll be right back with Bet on Black, the women, the family, the legacy, after this message. Stay tuned.
I created STEAM, STEAM. It's science, technology, engineering, access, and mentorship. And people might say, well, what happened to the math? Well, to me, it's self-explanatory. If you're going to be an engineer, you got to be good at math in some capacity. How does that translate when you go in these boardrooms with these Fortune 500 companies who just want to take money out of our community? How do you get them to, you know, humanize our experiences and actually give us the value without us having to be validated through their lens? People don't understand, when you start out in business, you got to pay your team first before you pay yourself. I'm gonna say it. You got to pay your team first before you pay yourself, because you're invested in a system. I'm excited about meeting you guys because I think you're stumbling on something that's going to actually dissolve that system and actually make you as the #1 player in the industry. Can you talk to that a little bit?
You know what I can say? I can say that I have chills right now at 4:19 Central Time, Thursday, March 4th, 2021 in Austin, Texas, hearing you say that, and I actually want to refer back to this clip whenever it is that we, do achieve some milestone like $100 million of gross written premium.
The DJTMC Financial Experts Series is the #1 show featuring the hottest business professionals, working professionals, and entrepreneurs, from the seasoned vets to the rising stars. Email Nick at djthemoneycoach.com if you have what it takes to stand among the greats. Now back to the program.
I feel, and correct me ladies if I'm wrong, I feel like we've probably not had major self-esteem issues. True or false?
I have. I'm gonna be honest.
Major? Not temporary. Not, we're talking major show-stopping self-esteem issues, like world changing.
Not like that. Not like
Okay.
that. But I've had self-esteem. I think we all had some type of self-esteem.
But that's why I led with major, because here's what
not
you
major.
said.
Not
so
major.
Here's what you just said. We're on the heels of the daddy-daughter show.
Mm-hmm.
And you just said that the love from your family impacts your self-esteem. So that's what got the bridge from here to here is where I'm at, based on what you just said. And I know they're connected, but I hadn't put them together.
Yeah. Especially
for them to be back-to-back shows. So it goes with what I said my book is about. The daddy-daughter relationship affects your self-esteem and your self-love. So
that's true.
The women we're talking about are in crisis, as she said, trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said that to say this. At this point, we're talking about they don't have that.
Mm-hmm. They don't have that at home. So
they don't have that.
Right. So we need, and let me just tell you, they don't have it and they don't know they don't have it. A lot of them don't know. This is their reality. This is their truth. This is who they are. So you see what I'm saying? So they don't know at this point, this is normal to them. This is normalcy. They don't know any other. So, and mama don't know. You see what I'm saying? So they're living it. So they're not realizing that they need the help. And so what do? We keep the cycle going and cycle going and cycle going because of not being sexy, as I call it, not having an understanding. And so we can take it back to that. So,
well, some of it is, as you were saying, all of that, Onedia, I don't know that we can fix it. The word that kept coming up over and over again between Astoria and Tonia's description is influence. We can influence. And, kind of in the spiritual realm, you hear the phrase when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, what that means to Astoria's previous explanation or comments about, while you may not know, you can also become self-aware enough to know that you have not been exposed to something different and better. And soon as you decide that you want something different or better, all the help comes. And when somebody is not wanting to work on their stuff, all the talking in the world is just the same as that phrase, a casting pearl among swine. They're not ready, and you're wasting your time. That's why I said I don't know if you can fix it, but you can influence it, and then be aware ourselves that somebody is ready to have an interaction of exposure where we can share ourselves, our experiences, take them with them. And that goes back to the earlier comment I made. Communication and learning how to be with people is probably the most important thing we can teach anybody that we're around in our sphere of influence. So I don't think you fix it. Influence is a huge aspect of this, but it's also being aware of who's around you. When people are ready to talk, just think about some of your rough times in life. When you're ready to be quiet for 5, you say we had 2 months. That's
2 months.
But say that if you're not ready to talk, all these issues and major changes in your world, and you're not ready to share or work on your own stuff, you're gonna keep getting what you got. That's what they say insanity is, doing the same thing and keep expecting a different result.
Yeah, that's a great point, Stacy, especially exposure, right? But what happened to the people, and this is, I'm just asking for everyone, because some people don't know anything else. They don't know that they need to be exposed to something different. They don't know. So how do we?
I think they do sometimes, and I'm gonna disagree on one point. I volunteered one time at this. It was the Boys and Girls Ranch, and this kid was pretty much given away to the Boys and Girls Ranches for kids who don't have a home. You know, they're orphans, if you all that. And this one kid story, this has been literally probably 20 years ago that I participated in that particular mission. Was first with his dad, who and wasn't paying the light bill. He was an alcoholic and all this other kind of stuff. And then he was a straight A student, but while he's with his dad and before it got to the Boys and Girls Ranch, he did his homework by the street light. He would go out to the curb. Something told him, and I think it's a self-awareness thing like we're talking about here, that I need to learn, because there's a world out there that comes in the form initially of some exposure of some kind. If it's school and books, that's it. I think, not to say everybody's aware that they don't know something, but at the same time, influence comes in the form of other kids, other teachers, because you recognize that, I'm sure, all the time, Onita. That kid right there wants to learn something different, wants to be something different, and but you still make choices. I'm gonna throw out I've been watching, I don't know if any of y'all watch Power.
Love it. Yeah.
Okay, Power Kane. Did y'all see that this weekend?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Do not be a spoiler.
I didn't want to. That's why I asked, and I'm not even trying to spoil. But let's just say, what I do like about what they portrayed was smart kids making bad choices.
So
and I think that's the bad choice piece.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, but before and this is one. Go ahead.
I was gonna say two things. One, referring to just the whole Power book series. I tell people this all the time. Mobsters or gangsters or the smartest people that you know, they just have not understand how to use that leadership skill
in a positive,
in real
positive way.
In a positive way, because and we could just take. I don't want
to. You froze.
Astoria, you're breaking up.
That. But if we think, I love my. But if we talk better, no.
Yes, that's better. Keep going.
Better, yes,
okay.
That's better. Yes.
So I'm obsessed with mobsters, and so I make this point because anybody that know anything about prohibition and mobsters, how Las Vegas started, how any of the stuff started around you, it was illegal, but they were smart enough to understand what the hell was going on. And now literally it's like legal stuff, right? But I'm just saying, I make that point is that those are organizations, like legit organizations that were funneling all different types of things. So the people that you don't want, the people that you want to be running your organizations
are those
on the street somewhere. But they haven't learned, they didn't have the right influence to make them go positive.
And let me just, and I'm gonna make this personal, very, very personal here. Really personal. This past February, my 13-year-old nephew, my husband's nephew, was shot and gunned down. Okay. I knew him as my nephew. He's 13 years old. Okay. In Columbus. I get there because again, I called the news because they wasn't doing things right or whatever. Oh, hey, are you all looking to see who killed my nephew, got a lot of airways on, because there had been a lot of violence. So, I get there. He's 13 years old, right? I find out, not my sweet nephew, but he was the leader. He was running stuff. He was there. And who was he influenced by? He was influenced by his older nephews, okay? But he was running it. A 13-year-old, I went to the visual. You hear grown men saying hey, showing so much respect to him. He was running it at 13 years old. What if he had the right influence? What if he had the right influence? And he could have been something so much more. And this is what got me. I used to always bring he's a lot younger than the older ones, his two brothers. They came to my husband and I, because they would come and visit us every summer. I had all our nephews. We had a house full every summer. My nephews would come and his nephews would come. So we had a house full. And he said, I feel so bad because I did not influence him correctly. At least we knew this is what we saw, but we got out. We saw every summer we came with you and my uncle, and they saw something different. He said, he didn't see anything different. This is all he knew. So he was never influenced. He knew nothing outside of that. And so while a lot of people, like Stacia, you were saying, a lot of people, whatever, but there are some people that don't know. They don't know they want anything different. They don't know because that's all they know. I have lots of tenants, and it's so sad because that's what they know. So they don't know that they want better because that's their environment. They haven't been exposed. They haven't been influenced. They should have, and some teachers should do it. But again, you have some crappy school districts too. You have some crappy teachers too. They just never found someone that put something in them and say, hey, let me do it. Now I feel bad because I did it to his older brothers. They knew and they came to me. That hurt me because I'm like, why didn't I bring him in with us? Why didn't I get him for the summers like I did his older brothers? But they said, we knew that there was something else out there. He didn't know. And so that's what I'm talking about. How do we get to those people? How do we get to their people that they don't have a Onedia or a Astoria or whatever, a teacher like Onedia to help them, to get them out?
But in the middle of that, and then that very personal stories, thanks for sharing so much. I get it. I'm struggling and struck by trying to identify what you would say. What could have been done differently other than there's still some point of
parenting.
I guess
parenting.
No, they didn't really say that. Well, I'm just saying we can't go back. It seems like everyone says what should happen, but what actually did happen is actually another aspect of it. What I'm saying is, how do you identify how to positively influence as many people with someone like that who was actually possibly right on the edge of being directly influenced? I mean,
yeah.
Well, so here's the answer to some of that. This is the part where we have to grow as a people. There used to be a time in our culture where there was a woman on every street who you knew was the nosy woman and the your business woman on that street.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now I will tell you that woman was not the popular woman. She was respect our man. That's right.
Yes.
Because they were respected in the neighborhood, and you would not do anything. Whatever you were doing when you passed their house, you stopped cutting up and you hid it. Whatever you were doing until you got past their house on the street, or you wouldn't go that way because you don't want to get caught by Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so. Because
right.
you didn't want
it was my mom.
What you say, Stacy? It was your mom.
It was my mom. She was in everybody's business.
And she could whoop you too, because if she caught you, she
would
whoop you.
Yes. If you in her house, if you in her reach, you getting it. Like
and
all of us.
Teachers could whoop you too.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Now you can't do that. So here's the deal. Here's the reality of where we are. The problem is that Onedia Gage, it's called the Gage umbrella. And if you get found out for your shortcomings in your situation, two things, it happens one or two ways. Either I found out myself or someone tells on you, someone outs you in your group that says. So let me tell you how it happened. One young man lost his mother. She died between his junior and senior year. His name is Shannon. Shannon lost his mother. The counselor came to me, brought me some papers to sign in a faculty meeting. I just put my backpack down, and she puts this folder in front of me in a faculty meeting. And I go, what happened? And she goes, well, Shannon's mother died. And I'm sitting here thinking to her, now, I thought you knew me. Why would you give me some paperwork on some child's mother that's one of my kids? And now I'm in a faculty meeting crying, and they're looking at me like, now what happened? Everybody around me is like, what just went wrong? Because Onedia Gage is in tears in this conversation. But what happens after that? And so I found out that Shannon then started dealing drugs. So you got to be bold enough to tell the drug dealer at the school. You got to be bold enough to tell somebody, to tell him I said to come here before I send for him. And they have to know you well enough to know she's probably not kidding. This is not the time to test who she knows, what she knows, or what she'll do to save one of us. This probably is not that time. So look, I'm going to go ahead and tell her, and then I'm going to go ahead and come to school. And he came. The counselor said, what did you do? I said, I sent for him. She says, what? I said, I sent for him. I sent a student that I knew him. And I sent for him. And I said, if he did not come, I was going to drive around until I found him. And nobody wanted that. Because when I find Shannon, I might find all of you. And nobody wants me to know what happens after 3 o'clock. So, and you don't know who I'm bringing when I come. So, you better come, because we don't want her on our block. And we don't know who she's coming with, so you better come. And I told him, I said, your mother will want you to graduate, so that is what you're going to do. After that is up for discussion. But as for right now, she left this earth thinking you would graduate. That's what she's going to get. You got to be bold enough. You got to be brass enough. You got to be strong enough. And you got to be able to push all your chips in the middle of the table and say, I'm all in. And you got to be able to do it. And that's what it takes. Sometimes I'm scared. Sometimes I'm scared. And sometimes I'm not. And sometimes they go, you know what? I'm going to just do it because I'm scared of her now. I don't know what she might do to me next, because she just said that. And just do it. Because now you don't have a choice. Because I just told you what it takes. And I meant what I said. And so, like I said, I just tell them the chips are on the table, and it's me and you.
We'll be right back with Bet on Black, the women, the family, the legacy. After this message, stay tuned.
Since meeting you, I have had the pleasure of meeting other people among your team who have given me the knowledge to be able to take my business to the next level. So I'm definitely looking forward to a better year from here on out. So thank you very much for placing those people in my path.
Hello, my name is George Paisley, and I just finished my first initial consultation with DJ the Money Coach. And I have to say, it was very enlightening. I enjoyed it. He hit me to some game. In the first 2 minutes, he told me about a way I could save taxes on next year. So even if I didn't work with him, I left away with that knowledge. To anyone else out there thinking about it, at the very least, take the time, have a talk with him, and let him show you how he can help you live that pom-pom lifestyle.
Stop wishing better, start doing better, and move forward with somebody that has not only the knowledge, the skills, the talent, and the team to help you go where you want to go. I'll get more than my money's worth. If I can spend a few grand, several grand on a piece of luggage, I could spend a little bit to get a lot of it in the long run. So if you're thinking about doing better, stop thinking, start doing, and definitely get down with the pom-pom lifestyle.
But you started out very importantly with a profound aspect of what I think is the heart of this whole discussion. You called it the Gage umbrella. So you're intentional about who you could influence, and you're paying attention to people. And a lot of times that's what we don't know how to do many times, is to be aware of who's in our reach, so you can do some of that.
You know, a student called it that. A student gave it that name. I didn't do that by myself. A kid told another kid. I actually heard this. I was ear hustling. What the kids call it. And he said it was Justin Arbery. Justin Arbery told another kid, we're under the Gage umbrella, man. And once you get under this umbrella, there's like no getting out. He told him, he says, she checks our grades, she call our people, she come in our other classes, she be minding our business, she comes to lunch, she'll show up anywhere.
She might show up at your house.
Yep. And yep, and Anita, and I believe that we do have reach. I mean, all of us have reach and can be influencers, and I'm pretty sure we are. We just need a lot more, and a lot more influencers and a lot more reach, and we're out there. I feel bad because I was not that reached. I was here. My nephew was in Columbus. I had no idea that was going on, because my reach, even though I talked to him, I'm thinking he's a 13-year-old kid because he was smart as a whip. I had no idea. So I'm his aunt. I'm right here, but I'm a distance, So you see what I'm saying? So I feel like I failed. Yeah, we failed him.
So let me stop you right there, Tonya. Let me stop you right there. Let me encourage you with this. First of all, I want you to remind yourself that, number one, if you had a moment, if you had about 10 minutes with him, your question should be, so why wouldn't you say something to me? He's going to say to you, Auntie, you showed us how to make things happen and never make excuses. And so I was trying to make it happen for myself. And that's one of the things you got to understand. Sometimes we do what we do so well that our influence does things we don't intend, and it's not your fault, number one. Number two, use what you have now to understand. I don't know about your mother, but I think I definitely can say this about Stacia and her mother. Put your finger in front of your face, Tonya. Put your finger right here in front of your face and do this. It's called the beckoning finger. It works, baby. Pick up your phone and say, come here. Come here, and come here now. And use my phrase, and you don't even give me credit. Be here by Friday. But Auntie, be here by Friday, and hang up the phone. Put it on the hook and see what happens next. See, you don't know what your influence is until you really exert it. You see what I'm saying? You gotta just put your chips on the table and just put them in the middle, and you have to know what it fully exerted is. I'm telling you, just put it out there. I tell all the people, I can put my hands on you when I get ready. And I mean it. I can personally put my hands on you. I can show up anywhere I get ready and tap you on your shoulder, or I can send someone. It just depends on how I feel. Depends on what I have going on. So it's not to be braggy. It's not boastful. It's whatever. It's not any of that. But it's when I feel like I need to put my eyes on you and I need to see what the situation is, I can find somebody to do that. And so you just have to exert your power. We're past point, and this is my thing. We're past the point of, well, I don't want to bother anybody, or I don't want to just make them think I am fill in the blank. We're trying to protect a generation of people who are not in control of themselves. They don't exercise the same wisdom and knowledge that we have. They're under some different influences that we don't have any control over. And right now we need to get that back. And so when we talk about even the original topic and how it's moved to where we are right now, it's all very important, because here we are with, you can't feel bad about something that you didn't know existed. It would be different if you said, well, I knew and I thought I had time. You didn't know anything about it. Nobody was going to tell you what was going on. They knew. That's something different, but they weren't going to tell you. That's something altogether different. You can't be responsible for that. So the what you do now is path forward, is to say, look, this is my mantra, this is my deal, this is what I'm going to do, this is what's going to happen. So list of nieces and nephews, this is your 2 weeks with me. Nieces, this is your 2 or 3 weeks with me. This is our routine. This is what we're going to do. This is our objectives. This is what we're going to achieve and accomplish. This is our budget. This is what's going to happen and what's going to go down. And there's no excuses. I don't want nobody to miss. And money better not be a problem. I better not hear any excuses. You better get here when I say get here, or else I'm coming to get you. And let there be no reasons why you don't show up. And that's period. And I have the last word and the last say on that.
My little niece says, period. Anyway.
Period.
So I'm gonna be the voice of reason today. I won't be radical, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say this. Sometimes you need to meet them where they are. And so that's the approach that I have taken with my nieces. Now, I've been an auntie since I was 8 years old. So my nieces think that, my older nieces think we brother and sister anyway. Like my nieces and nephews, they like, TT cool, right? I'm the best TT ever. But what I do say is all the other ones that I bring under my wing and everything, I meet them where they are. Me and my nieces have the relationship that we have, and we're able to talk about things that we talk about, because if they only gonna text me on social media, what we gonna do? Text back and forth on social media. If they only gonna send me TikToks, I'm gonna send me TikToks about what we gonna talk about. And that's how, you know what I'm saying? Like, I meet them where they are. And so what I think we have to remember with this generation is, although we may not be social media savvy or whatever, we gotta meet them where they are. So until we show the influences, or we do the things where they are, that we can't expect them to just always just come. Now, me and my nieces, we gonna be like, yes, ma'am, what you said? Okay, I'm gonna go get them. No problem. These other ones, they're not always gonna take the Onedia Gage umbrella and be like, cool. I know some heavy hitters that's gonna be like, I don't care what that lady said. I'm going about my business. Whatever. She can come find me if she wants to. When she find me, she find me. Right? So I just think that sometimes we have to meet them where they are. And so back to Tanya's point, it's honestly going in the community. Like, I live where I live for a reason, so I can see what's going on and be around people. My nieces go to the Boys and Girls Club and work at the Boys and Girls Club, so we can keep our ear to the street and see what's going on. It's not that, I'm trying to impose on what anybody's doing. I could care less, to be honest. So you got a rule with me. You got that one phone call, no questions asked, I'm showing up. One time. Now you gonna tell me what happened. I ain't gonna tell your mama on you and nothing like that. But you got that one time, no questions asked, because I got that. So I feel like when you meet, if you can meet somebody where they are and they feel very safe, where they know they're not gonna be harmed, that they're not gonna feel like, she gonna beat me up about something or nothing like that, or him or her. When we start creating those type of environments, we can influence the next generation to do that. And most of the people that volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club don't really care about the kids like that. I'm gonna say volunteer. Most people that work there, the volunteers, yes. The people that work there, they get the checks and stuff.
Yeah,
not really.
Some people don't really give a shit.
Now, in my own defense, I want to tell you this, Astoria. I'm the coolest auntie my nieces and nephews got, because here's what happens. When I summon you, we having some lockdown conversations, because I already know what happened. I'm trying to help you save yourself at this point. I'm trying to get you out the trouble you were bound to be in. I'm trying to help you navigate some waters your parents have neglected to tell you. And my issue with my sisters and brothers is that you didn't tell the whole story. You didn't tell what we had to get you out of.
Exactly. That's right.
You didn't tell
that
part right there. That part right there.
I'm usually the TT.
That's why I said play the whole thing out.
So when I come get you, it's not because necessarily you're in trouble. It's because I'm saving you from something. And the kids who sell other kids, this is what they lead with. She's gonna help you. They lead with, she's fixing to help you. That's what I come to do that. That's what I come to do. I'm telling you, I am. It's crazy as it is. There are parts of me that is definitely 110% disciplinarian. That is true. But they know I have come in and gotten them from some things that they're like, ooh, if it had not been for her, I told you that little boy wrote that letter to me and put it in my box and said, you saved my life.
Right.
I was on my knees. And guess what? He was running with Shannon. He was running with Shannon. I left that school and went to another school. I'm getting my keys from the secretary. I'm walking around with the associate principal, and that principal, I'm talking, and from a hallway that I don't have any visibility of, a voice says, is that Miss Gage? And Dr. Nickerson says, before she looked at me, I said, is that Edmund Parker? She says, excuse me? I said, oh yeah, that was my student from Summer Creek. And he was like, and he came and he says, oh my gosh, you're here. It's going to go well now. She's like, oh my goodness. And I promise you, that young man was being raised by his grandmother. His father was in federal prison and his mother had died. He was running with Shannon. I'm telling you, it's not always I'm gonna do something to them. It's sometimes I'm gonna do something for them. I'm coming to save you from sometimes yourself. So I don't always I'm not always a disciplinarian. Now sometimes I gotta fix it. You need somebody to talk to and tell, hey, look, we can fix this. What's going on? What's going on with you? That's why they call me and tell me all kinds of stuff. I give wedding advice and children advice and all. This is the grown version of them now because they still call me. So no, I don't always get them, TT. I sometimes, I have to be their auntie. But these are the same ones that call me mama at school. So no, I promise. It is. It's that. But no. But you have to exercise your summoning powers at some point to tell them what you're doing.
And the summoning power includes, though, you've got what I call the translators to do what Astoria is talking about, which is to connect. Say, meet them where they are. There's somebody who knows how to say it in a way they'll hear it, so they'll react in a way that helps them. Sometimes you can get summoned and they'll say it however they need to say it. Because if you don't come with that, she gonna come get you. However that sounds, I don't know. But
oh no, they know. If I want them that bad, I go get them out their classrooms.
People know. They know people who care about them, though. I think that's something you can't fake. You can't fake.
You can't fake that. That's true.
And I will tell you, because they know that about me, they do come. They come and they know.
Yeah.
And I just say, what happened? What's going on? Why did I get these words? I heard this, I heard that. So yeah. So I do. I do that. I do try to look out for them. But I just want you to let yourself off the hook, Tonya. And just resume. Yeah, you gotta give yourself a break. You didn't know enough information.
No, that was a hard one. I actually did the officiated the funeral as well. So I'm not a minister. They asked me to officiate it. So that one was
that's tough.
That one was a tough one for God. So yeah.
Well, ladies, we've been on an hour and 15. I'm just saying.
Thank you, Stacia. I love it. I love it, Stacia.
Y'all on the time, baby.
What'd you say, Astoria?
They feel me keeping y'all on the. I say
all the time.
I feel like Nick needed some stuff he needed to edit. He needed something to work with the editing part. I wanted to make sure he didn't have too less to edit. I wanted to make sure he had something to work with.
Well, you'll have to end it the way he told you.
I'm working on that. That is a work in progress. Ladies, did we cover our topic tonight?
I think
that and some.
That and some were good. Yes. Well, look, I think as influencers, I think one of the things we can probably do is commit to find someone who we can mentor.
That's awesome.
Some people that may be needing our help. I think that we don't want to miss the pieces that come across our path. And sometimes we get too busy to be who we were called to be. So we have to stop and look around and make sure we're not missing any, grass in our own yard. So mow our own grass first, and then take care of that across the street, which calls for us, and then go from there. But yeah, we got to keep the thing that's really sexy, and the thing that's really important, and keep discard that other stuff and help them do that. Any closing words,
I
ladies?
think you said it all, Anita. Let's that was real good. I love it. Let's show everyone what's sexy and keep that what's important. So, and for me, sexy is not about that. It's about intelligence, and like Stacia said, influencing everyone. And if you can just influence one person at a time, but let's try to do it
with your name in your business.
Oh yeah, that's true.
My name is Tonia Archibald, and my business is Great Lake Property Management Group. You can find me at greatlakespmg.com. That's my website. And you can find me on Facebook at Tonia Champion Archibald, and on Instagram as under blessed_favored.
All right. And I'm Stacia Robinson with the BeneChoice companies. And this was a lively, getting deeper and deeper conversation. And I enjoy with my sisters here talking about influence, but what sexy is and isn't is my takeaway from this. And we are pledging to be available. That's what I think we all did tonight. And I can be found at BeneChoiceCompanies.com or Stacia Fisher Robinson on Facebook.
Well, I joined the conversation late, but I'm gonna say that it's most important what you think about yourself, and not what anyone else thinks about yourself. So if you always keep that in mind, you can never go wrong. Again, as all the ladies said, we are here to help. If you need help, whatever that is, however your form of communication of reaching out is, just know that it is an open door, and that if we don't know, we're gonna guide you in the right direction. That's for sure. And so, yeah, y'all can find me on social media, on Instagram at ms_STORI. So Miss Story. You can see all my links in my bio on that page. Yeah. And all I'm gonna say is I ain't gonna see y'all next week because your girl gonna be in Egypt. But I love y'all, and I'm gonna catch y'all later.
Go to the pyramid. I'll be gone as well. So it'll be you and
when
Onedia.
She says it, my face gets so sad. Every time she says she's not gonna be here, her and Stacia, I get so sad, Tonya. I get sad.
We'll be all right. We'll hold it down on
You can hold it. You can talk. You can got it.
But then she gets so sad. Okay, I hope we get a souvenir, Tonya. I'm gonna go get my souvenir. I'm gonna have to go get my shirt or something, whatever she bringing us back.
Pictures of you on the camel and a pyramid. That's what you do.
That too. That right there.
So I am not gonna promise I'm bringing anything back for anybody.
No, pictures. I said pictures. Yeah. You can make sure you take pictures.
Oh, yes. You get lots of videos and pictures. Matter of fact, if y'all want to see what's really happening on the vacation, follow me on Snapchat, Astoria D Stubbs. That's where you're gonna get all the real. Now the extra stuff you might not get, but like the real what's happening real time is gonna be on Snapchat. So
I gotta go activate my Snapchat.
I got a Snapchat. I might get on it.
I have to go activate my Snapchat. I have to remind myself. Well, my name is Onedia Gage. You can follow me on Twitter, Onedia N Gage, Facebook, Onedia Gage, OnediaGageSpeaks.com. As Astoria said, we're here for you. As the ladies have said, we have done and been and are. And for those things we've survived and been through, we're still here to help and to share our stories and to share our testimonies with you to make you a better woman and a better person. So we want to do that same thing for you. So on behalf of the women Bet on Black, the women, the family, and the legacy, we hope you have a pom-pom lifestyle, plenty of money, and peace of mind. Join us on the Beaches of the World Club. And watch us, follow us. Um, and I know I'm missing something. So
All
um,
things at 7 Spheres of Money or
I was gonna mention the
at
7 Spheres of
DJ the
Money
Money Coach.
and
And your beach may not be,
DJThemoneycoach.com.
your beach may not be
May not
staying.
be
Yeah, your beach may not be saying it's whatever bring you peace of mind.
whatever brings you peace of mind. I'm going to learn that. But I was going to mention the 7 Spheres of Money and DJ the Money Coach because that's my job. That's what I have to do. That's my real job. All right, ladies. Well, have a great evening and vacationing, you ladies who are vacationing. And happy birthday,
Well, thank
lady.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, lady. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. We'll miss you all next week.
Sorry,
All right.
sorry we missed each other, but I know we both was going. All right.
All
See
right.
you, everyone.
Hi, I'm DJ the Money Coach. Don't touch that dial. You want to become financially independent? You want to have consumer debt freedom? You want to have passive income, learn how to build a business, acquire real estate, and achieve the lifestyle you deserve in 2021? Well, hit that link below right now. We've worked with over 20,000 people in the past 2 decades, helping them become consumer debt free, increase their credit scores by 30 to 60 points in 30 days or less, and help them acquire businesses through real estate, taxes, and a network of experts just like me. So you'll get a complete 3-hour, 18-module course called Family Finance 101 that'll teach you A to Z how to become consumer debt free, credit worthy, and it puts you in position to become a certified entrepreneur. We'll also give you a complimentary consultation with me that's a $500 value. Why would you want to do that? Because I have already achieved that, and I can help you achieve your American dream in 2021. Hit the link below, get the free webinar and the complimentary consultation, and I'll see you soon and wish you a pom-pom lifestyle that's plenty of money and peace of mind. Come join us.
Toledo Organic Tequila is so crisp, so incredibly smooth, it's simply in a category by itself. This is luxury. Life tastes better naturally, so should your tequila. This is Toledo. Enjoy responsibly. Visit ToledoTequila.com to get your bottle of Toledo Organic Tequila. Get a 10% discount on DJ the Money Coach by entering promo code MONEY at checkout. Again, that's ToledoTequila.com, promo code MONEY to get 10% off your Toledo purchase.